say something to him. Take his hand.
Hi, Tony. You remember me?
Of course he remembers you. I knew you would.
Margie, I love your son.
Oh.
Bob, I'm going to catch me some breakfast. I'll see you in about an hour.
Okay.
Look at the time. I gotta run, Mom.
Michelle, sit down and wait for your father.
I'm gonna be late.
You have plenty of time. He keeps complaining that he doesn't see you anymore. Says he thinks he saw more of you when you were away at college.
Good morning, honey.
Oh, hi, your eggs are ready.
Hi. Oh, does our daughter live here, Marge, or does she just drop in for breakfast?
Daddy, I've been working late at the newspaper. You're always asleep by the time I get home.
Oh, you're right, pumpkin. I can't remember the last time I was up past 9, thank you. Mornings like this, I'm sure not feeling any younger.
You know, you never think of yourself anymore. You should really take a rest sometime.
She's right. Why don't you take the day off? I'll make us a picnic lunch, and we can sit on the beach like we used to.
Well, I sure would like to, hon, but Tony's expecting me. All right. Let's go to the 6 o'clock show, the new one, if you want. Tony sure loved hearing about the one we saw together last week.
Dad, you've been there every day since I've been home. You should think of yourself sometimes.
I do think of myself. I seem to be the only one in this family who thinks of Tony.
Jean, Michelle, let's not argue again.
My son needs me.
So do your wife and daughter. He doesn't even know you're there.
Perfect timing. The half-day charter just got in. I'm looking for some bloodworms. An old friend of mine once told me that's what the big ones bite on.
Mark Gordon! I can't believe my eyes. Oh, it's great to see you. You're looking great.
Well, you're looking good, too. This is Jonathan Smith. This is Gene Malloy. This man right here taught me everything I know about fishing.
Nice to meet you. I heard a lot about you.
Thanks a lot. What a surprise. I've got to get Marge out here. She'll never believe it.
We gotta rent you an outfit.
Well, I like what I get on.
I ain't talking about fishing equipment. You knew that.
Mark! I thought Jean was imagining things. I can't remember the last time I saw you.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
Jonathan Smith.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Listen, what brings you guys to these parts?
Well, I want to see my old buddy and maybe get in a little fishing. What time's the afternoon charter go out?
No. We don't do afternoon charters anymore.
Oh, well, we got the easy life now. Well, how about just you and me going out? You know, we could make a little wager or two.
I'd like to, but I was just heading out to see Tony.
Tony? Must be out of school and working by now. Never seen him since high school. He's a great kid.
Tony went to college on scholarships in track and music.
What's he doing now?
He's over at the convalescent home. See, would you guys like to come along with me? It might do him some good to see you.
Convalescent home? What's he doing there? What happened?
Well, there was an accident a few years ago. Tony and Michelle, they were swimming. You know, those kids were around water all their lives. Michelle's okay, but Tony's had a rough time of it. He's been in a coma ever since. Anyway, look, would you guys like to come along?
Oh, yeah, sure.
We'll see you later, darling.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
You guys gonna stay for supper? When we come back, I can fix up some of that fish stew you like so much.
Sounds good to me.
Look who's here, son. My old fishing buddy, Mark Gordon. And that's his friend, Jonathan Smith. Remember you used to call him Uncle Mark? Come here, Mark, come here. Come on. Say something to him. Take his hand.
Hi, Tony. You remember me?
Of course he remembers you. I knew you would. You remember how mad Mark used to get when you'd outfish him? And you were just a little fella then.
Listen,
He's had a rough time, like I said, but he's hanging in there. He's a fighter. Aren't you, son? We're gonna be back fishing together someday. The boat's just sitting there in the water.
Gene. Is there a bathroom in the hall?
Yes, back down the hall on the right.
We'll be back, Gene.
I can't go back in there. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Why can't he see that he's hopeless?
Mr. Gene, he's just having a rough time of it.
I mean, Tony can't hear him.
We don't know that.
He's unconscious.
Mark, people have come out of comas and remembered what they heard. People they love talking to them.
I just can't handle Gene not being able to deal with it.
But he is dealing with it in his own way.
Well, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay, I'll tell him something came up. We'll come back, pick him up later, and take him back to the house.
It's almost 4 years, but I remember it like it was yesterday when the police came to the door and told us the kids were in the hospital. Well, it's a parent's worst nightmare.
How'd it happen? I mean, Tony was always such a good swimmer.
They were both like two fish in the water, but Michelle got a cramp, and she called to Tony to help her. He was a lifeguard before he could get to her. He was caught in the undertow. Another swimmer heard her and got to her in time, but by the time they found Tony, it was...
Didn't they do anything for him?
Yes. Michelle finally, after a year, convinced us that Tony wouldn't want to live like that anymore, so it was the hardest decision we ever had to make, but we decided to take him off the life support system. Didn't change anything.
And Jean goes to see him every day.
Doesn't miss a day, not one. Maybe having somebody there could help in Tony's recovery. That's all Jean had to hear, and so he'll never give up, never, even if it kills him. Well, I can't go and see my son like that. And that's what's killing me.
I can't understand. Well, things like this happen to nice people.
That's a question I can't answer.
Tony was such a bright kid with a great future ahead of him. It just doesn't seem fair.
Come on, let's go get Jean.
What happened?
Looks like a heart attack.
God. I better call Marge.
I was feeling fine. I don't know how this happened to me.
The doctor said you're very lucky this time that it wasn't a heart attack. You're not as young as you used to be. You try to do too much.
We told you, Daddy, you needed to rest. You know, you haven't taken a vacation in years.
If you take care of yourself, the doctor said this doesn't have to happen again.
It won't happen again. I just want to know when I can get out of this place.
Oh, you've only been here for 5 days.
I've got things to do.
Like going to see Tony.
I don't suppose either of you have been there.
Daddy, you're really being
Oh, no, please. Michelle, let's not start this.
Will you quit faking?
Hey, Mark, come on in.
Listen, old buddy, if you didn't want to go fishing with me, that's all you had to do was just say so.
Well, some visit this turned out to be. You guys were going to surprise me, and look what I pulled on you.
Hey, don't worry about it. You'll be out of here in no time.
Can't be soon enough for me.
This man can't sit still for 2 minutes.
Well, unless he's got a fishing pole in his hand.
Mark, you done any fishing yet?
No, not yet, but we're going to hang on for a while. So if there's anything we can do to help.
No. Everything's under control.
Happy to give you a hand with the boat.
No, we can handle everything.
Gene, it might not be a bad idea. I mean, if Mark and Jonathan don't mind.
Mine? Oh, we'd be happy to.
Are you sure? You guys are supposed to be on vacation.
Will you quit arguing?
Okay. I won't argue. It's great to be out in the fresh air again. I can't wait to get back to the old routine.
Hey, will you slow down, pal? It's that old routine that probably got you in the condition in the first place.
No, I'm as good as new. I feel like I had a vacation.
A few nights in a hospital bed is not a vacation. You heard what the doctor said. A little trip will do you good.
Now, that is a great idea. Little trip, that's just what the doctor ordered.
No, I've got things to do, that's all.
Jonathan and I have got everything under control. You got nothing to worry about.
Maybe. Let me think about it. But first, I want to stop off and see Tony.
Mark, you take him, okay? I want to get back to the store.
don't realize how much you enjoy your own bed until you've been away from it for a few days.
You never had trouble sleeping up at Valhalla Waters. As a matter of fact, we could be sleeping up there by tomorrow night since Mark and Jonathan are going to take care of things down here.
They don't know how to run the business. And business has been bad enough.
But it's only for a few days. Remember how much we enjoyed the last visit. A little rest would do us a world of good.
Honey, I know it would, but I just couldn't enjoy myself right now. I feel so far behind with everything.
Why don't you say it? It's because of Tony you won't go.
No, it's not just because of Tony.
Then why? What about all our plans? The time we dreamed of together when the kids were little.
We still have time for all that.
When? Jean, we've had a scare. It's a sign. It's time to take care of us.
Then who's going to take care of Tony?
He could outlive all of us. What then?
He will. He will get better, and he will take care of himself.
Jean, stop fooling yourself. This is it. This is the way our son's life is going to be. And I can't stand to watch this anymore.
Oh, we've got a full load this morning. Isn't Marge here yet?
No, I haven't seen her.
What's going on? She knows the three of us are going out this morning.
Hey, gee, well, don't worry about it. I can stay here and watch the store.
No. No answer. She's on her way, I'm sure.
Daddy?
Michelle, did you see your mother this morning?
She's gone. That's why I'm here.
What are you talking about?
She packed up and left.
Where did she go?
She wouldn't tell me. Don't act surprised. What did you expect? You know, Mom hasn't even existed these past 2 years. It's Tony. Always Tony. Day after day, sitting with someone who doesn't even know you're there, while your wife sits alone.
She doesn't have to sit alone. She can come along with me.
And do what? Stare at what used to be her son?
What do you mean, used to be? He's my son. I just wish you could see the progress he's making.
You know the doctors would tell you if there were any change in his condition.
The doctors don't know everything. They don't sit with him every day. I do.
Oh, Daddy.
The other day, I was telling him about a movie we liked. I saw him move his finger. He was telling me he liked it.
Daddy, Tony can't tell you anything. He's a vegetable, and he always will be.
Why don't you take the day off and we got the boat covered?
You got trouble?
Yeah, the stupid thing won't start.
Pop the hood. I'll take a look.
Shouldn't have said those things.
No, you shouldn't.
Doesn't he see what he's doing to his family? All we do is argue. I'm telling you, it's always the same. Tony. I mean, doesn't he know that I love my brother as much as he does?
And why don't you go see him? Michelle, if you just visit Tony, then maybe your dad would have some time for himself and for your mother.
I'm telling you, it's hopeless. He doesn't feel anything. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't remember anything.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
Let's try the engine again.
Wayne, it's good to see you.
Mrs. Malloy, welcome back. Haven't seen you in quite a few years.
Oh, I know it has been quite a while. I didn't make a reservation. This was kind of spur of the moment.
There's always room for you. Where's the mister?
Jean couldn't make this trip.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Your favorite room is vacant.
Oh, thank you. I think I'll take a walk. Just put my bags in the room, okay?
You bet.
Hello, Marge.
Jonathan, how did you know where to find me?
You talked about coming here. I just took a chance.
What's happened? What's wrong? Jean, is he all right?
No, he's fine. I didn't mean to alarm you.
We came here on our honeymoon. And then for years afterwards with the kids. This was our special place. We thought that we might live here one day, and... Oh, then everything changed the last few years.
I know. Something like this can do one of two things to a family. Either bring them closer together or tear them further apart. 3 of you are letting it tear you apart.
Jonathan, you don't know what it's like. My son died. I can't even bury him.
Margie's not dead.
He's not alive. I love my son. But I can't. I just cannot go on living this way.
Then do something about it. Go see him. Go see him.
I did for over a year.
And why did you stop?
Because it was no use. Why do you think that I convinced Jean to tell the doctors to take him off the machine?
Is that when you stopped seeing him?
Yes. That was the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life.
Sometimes you wish he was dead, don't you, Marge?
What?
You heard me. Don't you wish that sometimes?
Yes, 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 yes. So that we could stop the suffering and the waiting and the praying. Yes, yes.
Marge.
How
Marge,
can I go
don't
to
avoid seeing your son because of guilt. That's what you're doing. Guilt is such a waste. It's so useless. Marge, you love your son.
oh, God.
Then see him. Marge, see him and love him.
Michelle sends her love, son. I wish you could see what a beautiful young woman your kid sister's turned out to be. No more tomboy. I'm real proud of her. She's got a big job as a reporter at the Daily Tribune. And she wants to get married real soon. Married? My baby daughter. And maybe you'll be able to come to the wedding, son? We'd all like that. I'm really worried about your mom, son. She'd never done anything like this, not in 25 years of marriage. I really miss her. I love your mom and sister. Well, thanks for listening. I don't know what I'd do without you. I love you, Tony. How long have you been here?
Not long. No. Not long enough. Look, Gene, I know it's none of my business, man. When is the last time you said that to your wife or daughter?
Said what?
What you just said to Tony. I mean, that you're proud of Michelle, that you're worried about Marge. That you love them.
Of course I love them. They know all that.
Maybe they do, but we all need to hear it once in a while.
It's not easy to say.
Who said it was? You don't seem to have any trouble saying it to Tony.
He's easy to talk to.
Why? Why, Gene? Because he doesn't answer back? Gene, listen to me. Tony needs to know how you feel. But so does Michelle and so does Marge.
I don't know what to say anymore. We always end up in an argument.
Gene, you can't stop trying. You stop trying, and this whole family may as well be in a coma.
I don't want to be the only one who has hope anymore.
Gene, you need to tell them. Tell your wife and daughter how much you need them before it's too late.
I waited up for you last night.
I was working on a story.
Your mother's up at the lodge. Jonathan talked to her.
Well, good for her.
I was thinking about driving up there to join her.
Daddy, do you mean that?
Yeah. I thought I'd drive up there this morning to surprise her.
That would be great.
But there is one thing, though.
I can help Jonathan and Mark with anything that comes up at the pier. They can call me at work if they need me.
Thanks. That's not what it is, though.
Oh, no. Dad, not Tony. Don't ask me to do that.
Michelle, he's your brother.
That body is not my brother. My brother is dead.
Don't you ever say that again. Tony, I brought you some new tapes. I thought you'd like them. You are going to get better. I don't care what anyone says. I'll always be with you, son. I won't let you go. Never, 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 no, 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 no.
How you doing? Really lovely, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes, it is.
You got the best seat in the house to watch the sunset.
I bet I've watched 1,000 sunsets from this spot.
Must have been a fun place to grow up in, like being on vacation all the time.
I didn't grow up here. My dad bought this place when I was in high school. I guess we've lived here about 8 years.
Where'd you live before that?
Another little town by the ocean. My dad's business, we always lived near the water.
Your dad's a great guy. Bet your brother Tony's a lot like you.
Was, not is.
I think you're writing your brother off a little too soon.
Now you sound just like my dad.
What's wrong with that?
My dad blames me for what happened to Tony.
Does he? It sounds to me like the only one blaming you is yourself.
Oh, no. He blames me. If Tony wasn't trying to save me, this never would have happened.
Come on, you don't know that. He was out there swimming. He could have been by himself and the same thing would have happened.
But he wasn't. And I called to him for help, and look what happened. That's why he thinks it's my fault.
You can't go through your whole life feeling guilty.
I don't feel guilty. My father's just never gonna forgive me, I know that.
He doesn't blame you.
Huh, never says it, but he does. All he cares about is Tony. He's not even gonna leave him to go up and see Mom.
And he would if you'd help out a little bit.
I already told him no.
Why?
That's my business, you wouldn't understand.
You know, you talk a lot about wanting to help your family. Why don't you do something for a change? I mean, what's it gonna hurt? A few visits. Unless it is you that feels guilty.
I said I don't. I have no reason to.
Then prove it. Tell your father he can go to the lodge. Tell him you'll go see Tony.
All right. All right. I'll go stay with Tony. Satisfied now? Look, leave me alone, will you?
Oh, you smell that fish? I mean, there is nothing like it.
Are you sure you got enough? The last time I saw fish that large, Gregory Peck was on his back.
Well, that's very funny. Listen, Gene is getting along better with his family, so I got my appetite back.
See you later. I'm going to visit Tony.
Hey, you want some company?
No, don't worry about it. I made a promise. Remember?
Well, what a change, you know? I think that's the first time I've seen her smile since we've been here.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
What do you mean?
I mean, tonight Michelle's gonna have her moment of truth. The real truth.
More beautiful than ever.
Yes, it is.
I meant you. I missed you.
I missed you too.
I don't want to talk about anything except to say it's always been Tony. Nothing for you. And I'm going to try to change. But you have to help me. You have to let me keep my hope. You understand? I need us to hope and pray as a family. Will you try? God, it seems like yesterday.
Come on, scaredy cat.
The red flag is not up as a joke, you know. There's a riptide today.
Will you stop? That flag's for babies and old people, and you know it.
It's for everybody, sis.
Well, nobody's here, and I just want to get wet.
See ya. Hey, I told you no. My supervisor comes, I can get fired. Michelle! Tony! Michelle! Tony! Michelle! Tony! Michelle! Tony!
Oh, God. Oh, God.
No more running.
Please, I can't stay
Yes,
here.
you can.
No, I can't. God, forgive me.
He has nothing to forgive you for. What happened happened. You couldn't have known.
No, but Tony told me not to go in, and I did, and I killed him.
He isn't dead. Michelle, your brother isn't dead, and he doesn't blame you.
Yes, he does. That's why I can't look at him.
You have to. You have to look at him, and you have to tell him how you feel. Michelle, he's your brother. You have to tell him.
Do it. Tell him. God, he's your brother. Tell him.
Tony, you know, what happened was all my fault. I did this to you. God, I wish I had died that day. You should have let me. Oh, God. Forgive me, Tony, please. Jonathan.
He loves you. Your brother loves you. I'll tell you something, Jonathan. I always knew, deep down inside, I always knew.
Just don't expect too much.
Don't worry, I'm realistic. But the doctors are shocked. They said he'd never move again, and he has. I'm gonna keep praying, and I'm gonna keep talking. We all are. As long as he knows we love him, he's gonna keep on fighting. I know it. Hiya, hon.
I'm going over to see Tony. You want me to take those new tapes you bought him?
You went by this morning. I'll take him over.
No, it's okay. I'm going anyway. Rick got off early, and I thought it was about time Tony met his future brother-in-law.
Hey, let her take him, will you? We haven't had our afternoon of fishing yet, you know.
Oh, okay. You take him over, honey. Tell Tony I'll see him tomorrow.
Okay, see you later.
Hey, Marge.
Yeah?
Want to go fishing? What do you say?
What about the store?
Just put up the sign. Gone fishing. Hey, you want to spend time with your husband, or don't you?
I'll be right back.